or afternoon rather, from South Africa. My name is Olivia. If you're just joining me for the first time, thank you, welcome. I am a Nigerian and I live here in South Africa. So if you're just seeing this video for the first time, whenever you get to watch this video, please do well to hit on the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, okay, and give this video a thumbs up, okay. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so guys, give the live stream a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hope everyone can hear me. Um, please, if you can hear me, hit on the say something, say yes, we can hear you, and yeah. So this is actually one of the reasons why Nigeria is actually losing credibility. I won't even lie. As sad as it sounds, as bad as it sounds, we are actually losing a lot of credibility in 2020 and 2026. This is not even funny, honestly. But someone has to say it. I know that a few Nigerians are speaking up, but I feel as though something needs to be done. More needs to be done. Okay, let me just give you guys a story. So it's a story of this young lady. Her name is Ifunanya. She's 26 years old. She's a very young, promising young lady that sings. She has all this rare kind of voice that if if for some reason you hear this voice, you think it's an angel singing. That girl has an angelic voice. She has all this, those. I don't know if it's soprano, all those voice that they can use to act all these musical movies. That's the kind of voice this Ifnanya has, and she is a very talented girl. I think she has a band. Young lady, you know how it is in Nigeria. The struggle is real. I'm sure she must have finished her university and she's just living on her own. And she was living in this her Abuja apartment. Yeah, by the way, she's living in Abuja. Abuja is, of course, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, FCT. FCT, Abuja is FCT. So just the way Pretoria and Joburg is, the capital of South Africa here that I am, Abuja is Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. So if you're talking of Abuja, it should be somewhere that has everything. Abuja should be somewhere that has everything. Abuja should be somewhere that has the best medical facilities. Abuja should be somewhere that hello, please can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, say yes, I can hear you. I just want to be sure that you can hear me. So Abuja, thank you for joining, and please give this video a thumbs up, okay? So Abuja should be somewhere that has everything you can think of. Thank you for joining. Um yeah, so Abuja has everything, just like you can should not has should have everything. So this girl Naya, if Naya, she was sleeping, obviously. Thank you for joining. No sound. Oh, really? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me now? I don't know. I'm using a mic, but I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yeah. So Abuja should. I'm sure you can hear me right now. So Abuja has everything, or should have everything. If Naya slept, she's living alone. She slept in her house, I think, while she was sleeping. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. So if Naya was sleeping in her house and she just, I don't know how she saw the snake anyway. So she saw a snake, and this snake bit her. Obviously, we all know that snakes are dangerous. I've been years back, I've seen a snake in the house before. So it's not, I don't like it when people try to spiritualize those things, that oh my god, how did the snake enter? Snake entered the house just like it is right now. It's summer here in South Africa. By the way, I live in South Africa. Since it's summer in South Africa, if you leave your door open, depending on the kind of environment you are staying in, snakes will come in. That's how reptiles generally, they are in the almost places in Africa, most places in the world. So talking about, oh, how the snake come in, is a question that somebody should not even ask, or trying to take it to spirituality. No, I don't think it's a spiritual thing. It just came in. I don't know how it came into our house. Please give the video a thumbs up, okay? Thank you for joining, and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Thank you. So this snake entered Ifunaya's house and it beat her. The thing there is, how did she know the kind of snake that bit her. That's the thing. She knew because she saw it. If she did not see it, she wouldn't know. If it's a situation whereby she was sleeping and it bit her, she wouldn't know the kind of, but she was awake obviously, and it happened around 8 a.m. So what is actually the problem here? The problem here is not just only that the snake bit her. She realized it and she went asking for help. Okay, I think she did the basics. A lot of people were giving a lot of first aid and everything. She did the basic, which was tying her hand wherever the snake bit her. So she did it. Although a lot of controversy is on it because it may lead to tissue loss. And actually asked my husband, is it true that if you tie the hand, it may lead to tissue loss? He was like, yes. My husband is a medical doctor. So he was like, yes, if you have a snake bite, why it's okay, why it may be advantageous to tie it, but the disadvantage of tying it is that there will be no blood flow. The reason for tying it is so that there will be no blood flow, right, to the rest of the hand, because when blood carries the venom, it enters inside, it now starts spreading. So yes, it can help. However, it can also lead to the other part of the body damaging or dying off. So she did it, but she went to the hospital. The problem is that in Abuja, how is it that in Abuja? I've been to Abuja like when I was doing my NYSC. Abuja is beautiful, and Abuja has all this. I've been to National Hospital Abuja. A friend of mine was doing his um internship there. Then he was a doctor. He was doing his internship at National Hospital Abuja. So it's surprising to me to know that there are no venoms, anti-snake venoms in National Hospital Abuja. This girl, Ifunanya, she drove herself. The incident happened at 9, 8 a.m. She drove herself, or she took a taxi or whatever. They didn't tell us the mode of transportation. She got to the hospital. They told her that they didn't have this anti-snake venom. And she left, and she went to the other hospital. I think at the other hospital, that was when now maybe by the time she was getting to the other hospital, I'm just speculating, she probably was feeling weak. And they still told her they did not have anti-snake venom at the second hospital. Then they started giving her drip. Of course, that was where she passed on. And the question is, how is this happening in 2026? A country that we call Nigeria, a country that should have the basics. These things are basics. It's just like anti-tetanus toxin. It should be a basic in any hospital. What's it called? Anti-rabies vaccine. It should be a basic. And anti-snake venom. Even what's it called again? Be this, what's it called, this thing to neutralize when you have a bee stung. Those were the kind of things my husband was telling me, that any basic medical facility should have this kind of things, because these are the kind of emergencies that people come up with. If you're running an emergency, just like here in South Africa that I am, if you're having this kind of emergency, all you need to do is just see yourself to any facility. They will have it. If they don't have it, they'll call the next facility that will have it. It's not like they will be telling you as a patient, okay, go to this place, something that is an emergency, that is a life and death situation. So this brings me to the situation of Nigeria in 2026. And it's so sad because most Nigerians are actually, we'll talk about it now, and people will grow past it and they'll be like, whatever, just is one of those things. How is it that people are not taking lives seriously in 2026? Why? All life matters. It doesn't matter if you're poor or you're rich or you're comfortable. Your life matters. Why is it that we are not holding our leaders accountable enough for them to do something? Because it's not enough for us to just say something. I will always talk about the way South Africans deal with their leaders, and the way they, you will see them when they need something, they press till they get it. People, while this thing was making rounds, and a lot of people will even say, a lot of medical personnel in Nigeria, they were like, medical doctors are in strike since 2 months in Nigeria. 2 good months, 60 days now. They've been on a national strike, and nobody's talking about it. So how is the international community going to take Nigeria seriously in 2026? When a whole country, their medical personnel, I'm talking about public hospitals right now, all the government hospitals, their doctors are on strike. How is it that any country is going to take us seriously? Like we are talking about America banning Nigeria and a lot of things happening. How is it possible that people will take us seriously? It's not going to, you know, it's not going to happen because of the way people, we Nigerians, we don't take things seriously. We don't take life seriously. Nobody, we are not even talking about it on the social media space. All we are talking about is Davido, Wizkid, this one. Yes, I know that sometimes we will have to talk about trivial things just to, make ourselves happy and keep ourselves happy and just, lighten the mood. But most times when it comes to serious matters, I feel we Nigerians, we are not doing justice to that. Yeah, if you're a Nigerian, you can share your thoughts with me. Tell me if you think we are doing justice to serious pressing matters, because there are a lot of pressing matters in our country. A whole government hospitals, all the government hospitals, their doctors are on strike, and it's not making rounds on the social media space. It's only now that there was an emergency that this young, beautiful, girl passed on, that people are like, oh, the doctors are on strike. How will this kind of country function in 2026? As much as it's sad, it's very, very depressing to talk about situations that happen that concerns Nigeria, but I feel as though it's not something that we all should shy away from. This is 2027 is coming around now. It's going to come around very soon, and they will be electing a new president, new governors, but people will see the situation of that country, and they will they will just collect money, collect rice, collect trivial things. They don't even care. If you're Nigerian, share your thoughts with me on the comment section. Honestly, the passing on of this girl could have been avoided, because anti-snake venom, if you're a hospital and you don't have emergencies, things that like is considered emergencies, like anti-snake venom, tetanus toxin, anti-rabies vaccine, all those, bee allergy, vaccine, and all those, or whatever it's called. How? And so a lot of people were raising a lot of concern that they're not going to even be able to keep those vaccines, because of constant electricity. Those vaccines needs to um be preserved in a cool place, especially in a fridge, for all the duration of the stay. So most of these hospitals, you will see power cuttage. It's not like power cannot cut in other countries. Or like here in South Africa, yes, once in a while, recently, power can just cut, but you know that it's either that something went bad, or there's a scheduled load shedding or something. Though it's even better now. Like a year ago or 2 years ago, it was there. But it's not something that happens. There's constant electricity in other African countries. Look at Ghana. Don't tell me don't compare, because I'll compare. Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, other countries, they have constant electricity supply. But in Nigeria, in 2026, we can't boast of that. So how can the how can we keep such things? I'm sure it's because there's no constant power. That's why the hospitals were not able to keep those things. And because of these things, Nigeria is losing value every day. The value of that green passport is deteriorating. Countries, a country that is supposed to have different mineral resources, and they have enough, they have manpower, they have the intellectual capacity and all that, they have things, but greedy leaders and lack of asking for accountability from our leaders, we Nigerians, is what is keeping Nigeria the way it is today. This is 2026. Yet somebody can walk into the hospital and basic supplies are not there. It's so sad, because one doctor was saying something. The doctor wrote on the social media space. She was like, whatever, however bad you think it is, and you're outside, you're thinking, oh, the situation is really bad, times it times 10. That's how bad it is in the medical, space. Lack of basic amenities. How can we be talking about lack of basic amenities in 2026? Oh my God. Is something that, if you think about it too much, I don't know. It's very depressing to me, but I feel I have to talk about it. If you're a Nigerian, What are your thoughts on the comment section? Please give this video a thumbs up, guys. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, help me hit on the subscribe button. It will go a long way, please. And give this video a thumbs up. Share this video. Give my video a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining. And what do you think? Do you have any opinion? Honestly, it's sad, but it's something we have to talk about. A lot of Nigerians, I think their defense mechanism is, oh, let's not talk about it. But one thing I know, that if you don't talk about something and that thing is bad, it will not make it better. We have to keep talking about how bad, how bad, how degenerative our system is in Nigeria. How many stories have erupted? How many medical stories of medical emergencies have erupted since January? This is just 2nd of February. How many stories have we heard? We've heard of Anthony Joshua's story, medical emergency. There wasn't, medical emergency. Anthony Joshua and his friends. Nobody was able to. There was no ambulance or or normal things, resuscitating team and all that to come and help them. That's one. We've heard of Chimamanda Adichie's son that she lost due to lack of accountability, medical, proper medical care. We've heard of this young lady now. We've keep hearing about stories, and the problem with Nigeria is that we'll talk about it, quite all right. People will talk about it, they'll be like, oh, RIP, RIP, and they'll move on. They'll move on to the nearest gist, to the latest gist. They'll say, hey, Wizkid FC, 001, this one. Yeah, we have to talk about those ones, but there are pressing situations in that country. There are pressing situations that we have to keep in our mind as country nationals, because if we don't keep it in our mind, we will lose guard in 2027. We will lose guard again. You see, these 4 years is almost gone. What has Tinubu done? What has our president done? What have the elected leaders, the governors, the president, the House of Rep members, what have they done? If we don't keep talking about the anomaly that happens in Nigeria, we will most likely lose guard again in 2027. And do you know who will suffer? The masses. Because the governors, the president, if the president wants to go on medical, vacation, he goes on medical tourism every day. Hi, thank you very much for joining. Please give the video a thumbs up. Okay. So if the president wants to go for a medical tourism, he goes. He uses the private jets and the presidential jets, he goes. If his family wants to go, they go. If the House of Rep members, senators, governors, if they want to go, they go. They have proper medical care. But which is not supposed to be like that, because in other countries, even, countries like South Africa, where I live, all the officials, government officials, they go to the hospitals here in South Africa. You will never hear a government official in South Africa saying, oh, we went to Europe, we went to America for medical tourism. But it's in Nigeria that you keep seeing governors and officials going for medical tourism abroad. So these things it doesn't affect the average of official in Nigeria, or the average politician, but it affects the masses. So why is it that the masses are just lackadaisical and they don't care? They'll talk about it and they'll be like, oh, RIP, oh, may Nigeria never happen to us, maybe they'll move on. Why? Hello, thank you for joining. So this is a situation, this is something, is a cause for alarm. It's something to think about. Please give this video a thumbs up, okay? Share the video, and if you're not yet subscribed, please help me hit on the subscribe button. It's something we need to talk about. Oh, other African countries. Look, did you see iShowSpeed? How iShowSpeed visited other African countries, and things were happening. Thoughtful leaders, thoughtful officials. Even the country, you see that things are happening. The citizens of the country are happy, showing him around. Are you in South Africa? Yes, I am. I'm in South Africa. So if I remember that part, I want to feel sad, like very sad in my mind. But I'm like, calm down, Olivia, calm down. The citizens were just happy, showing him around, displaying for him. But in Nigeria, when he came, what happened? You see hunger in the land. The citizens were busy. People were, you saw the struggle. You saw what happened. You saw what happened. You saw the struggle. You saw how the citizens were asking him for money. You know, instead of showing him around Nigeria, showing him around Lagos, it's it's I as much as I feel for this, I feel sad. But the point is, these citizens, what are we doing? How much accountability do we ask for our leaders? How pressing are we? Because you can't tell me that all the government officials in Nigeria, the ones that are yet to be elected and the ones that are already elected, they are stronger than the citizens. Oh, you're in Durban. Oh, yes, I used to live in KZN when I was doing my master's in UKZN. I did my master's in UKZN, but I'm not in KZN anymore. I'm in Northwest. So, it's so sad because you will ask yourself, you see, it shows. But why is it that we are not angry enough to say something, to do something, and to stand by it? Or is it that these governors and these presidents, did they do anything to our brain cells? Because for us not to remember the plight of the average Nigerian during the election time is what makes me think that some people will tell you that Nigerians deserve their leaders because we are not accountable people. Because it's only an accountable people that will ask for accountability. If you're not an accountable person yourself, you will not be able to ask for accountability. Look at how Ghana is. Look at Ghana. I did a video the other day asking about I show Speed was talking about that he will buy a house in Africa, right? You guys know I show Speed just left Africa. He liked Africa. He liked most places in Africa, I would say so. So he was saying that he will buy a house in Africa, and a lot of people were speculating. So, oh, where is Aisho going to buy a house? For me, myself, being someone that lives in South Africa, I said, Aisho, you need to buy a house in South Africa because at least I can guarantee I've not been to a lot of African countries, right? But I can guarantee that coming from knowing Nigeria and knowing South Africa, one thing anybody needs is basic health care. Okay. Um, Basic health care is very, very important. So amongst other things, because there can be medical emergency. Do you know that somebody can just be there and you're having a heart attack? There was this friend of ours. The doctor, he lives in Australia. He was even doing something active. He was exercising and he had a heart attack. So what am I trying to say? This is a medical doctor in Australia and he had a heart attack. But the saving grace is that he was in a place where he could have been saved, and he was saved. He's still alive today. In fact, he's bouncing, he's doing very well. So imagine if somebody had that kind of heart attack in Nigeria. Will he survive it? So I was like saying, Aisho, you need to buy a house in South Africa, at least if you ask me to advise you. Because I know that if you're having a medical emergency, South African hospitals are good, are very good. At least you will get any kind of medical help you need here in South Africa. Where are you? I'm in Northwest. I'm in Northwest. So I was saying, and a lot of people were saying Ghana. Okay, I've not been to Ghana, but I know that Ghana is definitely, before, Nigeria used to be better than Ghana, not to compare, but we have to compare these things sometimes. We are all human beings. But now, is it in terms of electricity or in terms of security or medical facilities and all that? So we are losing garden. Yeah, we are losing what's it called again? Credibility. Honestly, if you're Nigerian, tell me on the comment section or share with me. Do you think I'm blabbing or do you think I'm saying the truth? Please give this video a thumbs up, guys. Okay, I feel we are losing credibility and it needs to be fixed. People, we need to fix this situation because things can't keep on going like this. Especially, where are we going to fix it? We need to fix it with the upcoming election. Yes, there will be elections next year. President Tinubu, he will be either re-elected or another president will go. So the thing is, we Nigerians, we should evaluate all that President Tinubu and all his officials, what they say they are going to do for us in Nigeria, we should ask we should ask, have have you guys done these things? Are you Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian. So ask, have you guys done all these things? If the answer is no, then that means the 4 years was a wasted one. We need to give other people a chance. But if they've done it, then we can re-elect them. But it looks like the medical sector is even crumbling. I know that when my husband and his friends trained, the medical sector was still good, but now I don't know how people that are training. You can imagine when the hospitals are on strike, what are the medical students? How are they training? Because the medical students, they train from the teaching hospitals, all the teaching hospitals in all the states. So if the doctors are on strike, that means medical students are not in section, which is something we need to think about. So yeah, it's a sad one. I pray that this lady, I pray that God rest her soul, but it's something that is avoidable. And I also looked about what are the emergency response that you can do when you have a snake bite. Okay, according to Google. Oh, I don't have my phone here. I'm using my phone to stream. But no, I'm not a doctor. My husband is a doctor. I'm not a doctor. So the Google was saying, according to obviously my husband already told me, I was chatting with him about this particular situation yesterday. He was like, yeah, you can try if you want to, but they are also, it's not the best thing. The first thing is find yourself to the hospital. And when you have this snake bite, the first thing is the hospitals will want to ask you what kind of snake. Did you identify the snake? You can take a picture of the snake so that they will know the kind of antidote they will give to you. So if it's possible. Or another one is try not to move, but above all, quick, get yourself first to the hospital. All the home remedies, a lot of people, we are talking about home remedies in Africans, we have home remedies, but the thing is that you don't even know the home remedy that will work or will not work. So for me, I will skip the every home remedy and I will go straight to the hospital. That's what I will advise anybody. But so I will say that that's why it feels so sad for a lot of people, because this lady okay, that's where it's sad, because if she was sitting at home and she didn't get herself to the hospital, somebody would be like, oh my god, why didn't you go to the hospital? She went to the hospital. So how come it that the hospital could not save her? It's so sad. And it's so sad, honestly. It's something that is saddening. It's very, very sad that it happens. But if you have such an emergency, I pray that we be safe, be protected. But if you have such an emergency, get yourself to the hospital. Sit, try not to move your body. From what they said in Google, don't move your body, because the more you move, the more the venom moves around your body. So don't move your body, don't drink or eat anything. Keep yourself comfortable, get a picture of snake, and then get to the hospital as soon as possible, because early intervention with this kind of thing matters. So actually, that is actually what I feel I want to say today. Whatever your thoughts are, actually share your thoughts on the comment section. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, help me hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I pray that we keep safe as Nigerians. Those in Nigeria, I pray Nigerian doesn't happen to us or our family, but we, our government, to actually do right by us. And medical facilities, it needs to be looked into. Why are the doctors on strike? The doctors being on strike, you wouldn't imagine harm that it has done. Imagine medical sector, the whole hospital, there are no doctors. Maybe you just go into the hospital, there are nurses. So you can imagine if there's an emergency that needs the attention of doctors, how are they handling such emergencies? It's something to think about, honestly. Yeah, it's so sad. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know why my internet is. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Yeah, share your thoughts if you get to catch this on playback. Share your thoughts on the comment section. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.